Our website,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else?
Two more items. It was brought up to me by a council member about a desire to put, or have the ability to put a petition-like question on the website. And I believe this was about the speed limit on Fort Street.
Correct.
We've been kind of trying to figure out how to get this done, at least in some way that somewhat mimics a true petition. We think we found a way to do that. We're finalizing it, so that's why I'm bringing it up tonight. Just to get, again, a consensus of council, if you want us to put up a petition on the website that would ask for, I'm not sure exactly what the language you wanted, and I was going to look to you on that, but
We want the speed limit reduced back to 35 on Fort Street. And for the safety of our citizens, it should be in the petition.
And so what it would look like is people would be able to go on there, they'd be able to put their name onto this form that would be created and their email address. And so that's going to be the best way that we can get this done. And that's typically what, when you look at other sites that have done this, and there's one that escapes my mind right now that actually does this, that we could, if we paid money, could get into that. But I think we would be able to mimic that on our own website and still be able to produce a report that shows who signed up to want that. I mean, again, it could be someone from, Wyandotte, or it could be someone from Monroe that
And-
actually
and-
goes on and does it. We can't limit it just to city residents.
And to be fair, so everybody knows, I was approached by several different business owners with this idea, that, that they like the idea, that they wanted,
Yeah, and just before, something shows up on the website like that, I know this is a policy decision at some point, so I'd want to get, concurrence that it'd be okay to do that. Consensus of that.
Through the chair, could I ask a question?
Yes.
The county sets the speed limit? Did the county?
No, the state. The state,
state.
yeah.
So you're going to slow ours down, they're going to come in, going 45 down Fort Street, and then they're going to come to Lincoln Park and go to 35, and then they're going to go to Southgate and go back up to 45.
Southgate isn't 45 now.
Yes, it is.
Part of it is not. If you could go down and follow the
Fort
signs.
Street.
Yeah, so, I mean, again, I think what this would do would, if there is a sizable number of people that signed up, this would just be another, tool that we would have to show the state that they need to look at the speed limit again. Again, just to warn you, the reason that it went up was someone had requested that they look at it, and what the state police does is they look at the speed limits, the high to the low that happens on there, and they pick, I can't remember which percentile speed. So again, if cars are traveling faster than 45, there is that option that it could go up instead of going down, so just be aware of that. And that's something that they've told us as we've, attempted. If you remember, about 2 years ago, Mayor and Council sent a letter to the state to try to get something done, and they said, no, they're not going to look at it. And I know the DDA Director, Giles Tucker, has been constantly working with our state representatives as well to try to get something done. But this would just be another tool besides, looking at accidents and tickets and everything like that, that we'd be able to present to the state to make a case to try to have that looked at and reduced. So again, I don't think it solves, it's not an end-all solution, but it'd be another tool to try to get that reduced.
And this comes up, as I said, several business people, I don't have anybody else, but several businesses have come to me asking for this, about the problem. And we've also had several now near fatal accidents that are definitely the speed limits. And some including some of our kids coming back and forth to school. And I think it behooves us to try to do something.
I'm not in favor of the speed limit at all, but I don't know that we should be in the business of putting petitions out that because we're asking people to sign this petition. I mean, a normal way for a petition to operate is the business owner or whoever can come to the city clerk's office and pull one, and then can go out and get signatures and stuff, and then it comes to us for action. So I don't like the precedence of us going out and doing, for the next thing, are we going to run a petition for at the same time? Or are we going to be, whether there is, are you in favor of marijuana? Are we doing a petition for that and change?
Yeah.
So, as opposed to reacting to what the public, we think we're going out and thinking what the public wants. And we want you to join in with us, as opposed to the public saying, this is what we want, and then we react. I don't know, that's just,
Would it make you feel more comfortable if we ran a poll first and asked the public if they'd like this?
no, if there's gonna be, a petition, I would like it to be
Yeah.
a petition where they go door to door and they do these things, and they do it the old-fashioned way, and they get the signatures and addresses and the residents, because we have went to the state with this. I'm not in favor of the higher speed limit. Our streets are not wide enough to support that speed. And I'm going to be meeting with the state, with MDOT, a little bit later on, at the beginning of the year, in order to express our opinion and get Ms. Clementi involved into that and to get that done. So I'm in favor of that, but I don't know if that's the right
Man.
avenue for us to do it.
Question through or two questions or discussion through the chair, if I may. I have to agree with the mayor, because where do you draw the line on petitions? And the other thing is, we have two reps. We have a senator and we have a House rep that both should be sending emails to them and burning up their AAs, administrative assistants, to make them know that we're not on, it goes right to them. I mean, what I'm saying is, that's the same way we get people come up to the podium directly to us and tell us their problems. That's what those two reps are elected for. I mean, they all voted for them, and we have a new senator now, and we have our current state rep, and I think that would be the appropriate way, because I have to agree with the mayor. Where do you draw the line where we start doing petitions? And I no disrespect, but, I've had the same thing coming up, and I've told them to call either Cara Clementi, or in this case, it's the new senator, and the numbers are available right on. We can put them on the website if you want to, and I think we have, but we could do it again. And they need to start getting a little bit of the feedback from the constituents directly, so they address some of those issues. We're like the conduit. We're kind of directing. I mean, that's my opinion. I mean, I don't like the speed limit anyway, and for me, it's even worse, because, I try to get out there during the day, and it's just as bad as during the night. But that's my opinion. I think if we start this, you're going to open up a can of worms. Where do you draw the line for petitions, and who can put one on there and who can't, and how do we do it? Because the other issue is, like I said before, and I don't want to repeat it, but I will, we have state reps. That's what we elect them for. They're supposed to be hearing from us. If I got a problem, I call a state rep. I call Lansing and talk to the AA, and I says, hey, I got a problem, blah, blah, blah. And the more people we get doing that, I think the more that they'll hear from the people from throughout the downriver area, including, Lincoln Park, about we don't like the speed limit the way it is. I mean, that's my opinion. I mean, that's just where I'm going with it.
Through the chair,
Yes,
I'm not saying,
I can agree with the mayor. He doesn't like the speed limit that high either. But if you remember when they were doing the road improvement in Ford Street through Southgate and Wyandotte, they said we're gonna do Lincoln Park next. That's why they raised our speed limit at that particular time. Since they backed off on doing our road is not made for 45 miles an hour. So the state backed off on here, so I think if they want to give us a new road, that's fine, leave it at 45. But if they're going to leave our old road here, that's what it was built for, 35 miles an hour.
okay, anything, well, it's still your show, right?
Just, I don't know, was there a consensus to do it or not to do it? Not to do it is what I heard.
I don't know how you want to do it. You want to take
Through the chair, if you don't mind, Les, I'll nip this in the bud if we could. Why don't we build a case? We say there's been accidents. I know semis have been getting tickets. Can we build a case? We've had so many injuries and so many speeding tickets that it would behoove us to lower the speed limit. I mean, how would we get the facts
Yeah,
from there?
I realize you probably, you're not there day to day to see what we're doing, but, I mean, that's exactly what we've been doing. Again, when we speak to our state reps on this, you know, whenever we speak to our state reps, there's kind of a list of things that we have that we constantly reinforce with them. And this is one of the things that we try to make sure they understand that we feel that needs to be done. Again, we think not only is there safety issues related to it, but also, you know, there are, you know, it degrades our business climate because of the speed, and we think that that's not a good thing as well. So, you know, we constantly work on this. So don't think we just sit there and do nothing. There is a lot of work, and I know that, as the mayor said, he's going to be meeting with individuals from MDOT on this. And again, I think that's actually a result of the work that Giles Tucker
Yeah.
with the DDA has been doing to do that, because there is not usually a month that goes by that he is not talking about this, because again, he sees this as a big factor in redeveloping our downtown as well, so.
Well, there is some saving grace in that 75 should be opening up next month, and that should take some of the pressure off of it, but then we're still left with the damage that was done to a roadway for that, but. Proceed, sir.
So I don't hear a consensus to do that, but we'll continue our efforts to try to get that done in terms of reduction of the speed limit. The last thing I had is, as Mayor and Council is aware, we've been working to finalize everything with our animal shelter. You know, it has been delivered, it's been installed. We're working through a couple building issues that we think will be done. I heard that tonight the director of DPS told me that we have got the electricity hooked up to it. So we're moving forward. We're still optimistic this is going to happen right after the first of the year. You know, we're working on part-time staffing as well. You'll be seeing on the 7th at least one, if not more, resolutions, because we have to establish what the fees are for adoptions and turnovers and all those other things. So you'll be seeing that on the 7th. So we're moving forward. There's, I think, one more thing before we would offer to have you come look at it. I was told that a couple of the entrances we're putting ADA ramps in. That's supposed to be poured within the next couple days, so probably first part in, well, for Christmas now. No. After Christmas, we'll offer a couple times for council members, mayor and council members to go out and take a look at that if you want to. So put that on your calendar. And that is all I had for tonight. If there are any questions, I'd be pleased to try to answer them.
I have a question, not so much on the report, but putting this, going back to the court system and having the study session / the kind of open forum, can you make sure that we put out notices to everybody that we're having that, so everybody's
Yeah,
aware?
we're gonna start
Well,
tomorrow.
I'm just saying, so, because, you know, that's to get more people to, that are gonna be touched by this, to at least come out, good or bad, and say something, so that way we don't spin our wheels, we put out the proper, I'm sure you would, I just wanna make sure we do that.
Yep, and we'll be advertising this not as necessarily a study session, but
Right,
as a
right.
town hall, so
Thank you.
that'll start tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, sir. And we now have our department head report. We have the library for this meeting. We have Nicole,
Hello.
welcome.
Just trying to get the. There we go. Okay. Switch over. I think it was on one for. Did you open the actual program here? Let's see here. Okay. Did you open this? No. Okay. Do you need cough drops?
No, that's what Bob
And just. Okay.
Apology for the delay. This should be brief. I'm just going to go over a few things that have happened in the past quarter. We've had a lot of interesting programs this year. I just wanted to share a picture from the program we had this Saturday on the 15th from the annual Gingerbread House program. We had full registration for that, 30 kids and their families. And they also had a visit from Santa, so that went very well. I think Councilman Higgins was there briefly, so he could probably tell you more about that. We've had some new additions to the library, thanks to a generous donation from the Friends, and I believe the president, Mr. Duchesne, is here this evening. They have purchased a large storage cabinet for our DVD collection because it has been growing. We've received a lot of donations and also made purchases. So we've ran out of space under the counter, and I think we're currently at about 1,300 titles in our collection. And the cabinet has the capacity to have us up to 2,000. It will fit 2,000 DVDs in there. So that has been a really great addition to the library. It's freed up a lot of space. The other purchase they made was new shelving for our CDs, because we've also had a number of generous CD donations. And our current racks we ran out of space for, so we are also having that added to the library. And we haven't had it brought to the library yet, but we have received a donation of some shelving for books as well. And that is going to house our paperback collection. That's currently in spinner racks in the middle of the library. And it can be inconvenient to browse or search, so I think this will be a nice addition to the library once it's added. And the library board has also approved LED lighting for the library for the interior and exterior. The interior lighting can be a little bit dim at times, so I think it will add a lot in terms of brightness and being able to see inside the library. And the outside lighting is going to help a lot in terms of safety and visibility for Lincoln Park residents. Ebooks, we're seeing a real rise in usage for the ebook collection, which is available through the library website. Lincoln Park residents can access the ebooks, and you can also download video and audio through the site now as well. That part of the collection is growing. With the Lincoln Park library card, as long as it's up to date. And after the holidays, we will be having an ebook and e-reader workshop on January 19th at 2 p.m. And that will go over, because especially after the holidays, a lot of people get tablets or e-readers as Christmas presents. And this will be a workshop on showing them how to use it and how to download the library app to make it work for them. And I know it's December, but at the library, we're already working on summer reading. It is coming sooner than you think. And next year's theme is a universe of stories. And with that, every year the Library Association focuses on a different theme. This current year's was music. The universe of stories, it's going to focus more on space and emphasize the STEM disciplines. And so we'll have a number of programs focused on that. We have already set up some workshops from the Michigan Science Center that'll be happening this summer. And that's it. Were there any questions?
Very nice.
I don't see any. Thank you, Nicole.
Okay.
All right, then. Now reach the time as soon as she is finished shutting down there for our citizen communications.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
My name is Ed Duchesne, and I live in Lincoln Park. And at the past city council meetings, it was thought that if the city should ask the DTE Electric Company for a written report when the citizens lose their electric power for more than 10 minutes, through the chair, and how long and why. And through the chair, has the city asked DTE for that report yet?
Or do you have information on that?
Well, I think we had a discussion on this, that we typically don't get when any single resident gets an outage, but for the bigger ones that are going to be, several hundred or more, they give us a report.
They do, or
Yeah.
a neighborhood, when the whole neighborhood
Yeah.
goes out. Okay, well, I hope they do. Now, if somebody lost their power, could we call up the city then, and what would that be, about a week later, and find out why? Because if it's because of branches all the time falling on the wires, well, maybe they aren't doing a good job of trimming the trees like they should. And that's one of the reasons I think the citizens should know why we're losing our power. Maybe somebody ran into a utility pole, there's all different reasons.
If it's a large, widespread outage, we do get information because we're reaching out to them to try to figure out what happened. But if it's, smaller outages, we typically don't get that information. So I don't think that's, if I think the best way for a resident that's out of power is to call the outage number or submit it through their website. That's going to be the most effective way to handle that.
Okay. Now, if the road bond and the new joint court facility, the new dog pond shelters, and maybe two of them, and the recycling trash, if all these things require more taxes and they all happen about the same time, I think that the taxpayers will not be too happy. And don't forget to bring your old newspapers to the bins on Cleophas behind the library. Recycling newspaper has been going on for years and years, and every nickel goes to the library for things that the taxes don't pay for. Thank you.
Good evening, Chris Starzinski. Okay, we have the next big event in Lincoln Park, the New Year's Eve Lincoln Penny Drop, which will be at the VFW Post 552. It's 1125 1125 4th Street. And we will have 2 penny drops. We'll have the family time drop if you want to bring the little kids and the little grandkids. That'll be at 7:30. And then at 9 p.m. we open up the doors for the big paid event. The Stevie Ray Vaughan Tribute Band. First time in Lincoln Park that we're going to have a event for New Year's Eve where we have a band. So there'll be food, snacks, the band, cash bar, $30 for a single ticket, $40 for a couple. And so please come on out and support this event and ring into New Year's with the Lincoln Penny Drop. We'll be crowning a mini penny drop princess at 8 p.m. to turn on the penny, and then a penny drop princess at midnight to turn on the penny again. Proceeds from the event, after we pay for expenses, will be divided up between Hands of the City for the next event, and then proceeds will also go to the Lincoln Park Historical Museum. So not only are you coming to a very cool event, but you also will be supporting the museum. Hands of the City, our next planning meeting is January 6th. That's a Sunday, 5 p.m. at the VFW Post, 552. We'd really like to see 10 new volunteers show up. There is a lot of events that we do throughout the year, and we always need more people to help with those events. There's a lot of planning that will be done at that meeting as we kind of set up the entire year and getting ready for the all-day jam and on February 23rd. So please show up. Also, getting back to the penny drop for New Year's Eve, we are accepting donations of food platters, so get a hold of Councilman Higgins or myself. Just call us or email us, and let us know if you'd like to donate some food to help defray the costs. Nothing elaborate, steaks, ribs, chicken, we'll take it all. So pizza's good too. Always good pizza. I'd like to give a personal and professional thank you to Police Chief Ray Waters and to Deputy Chief Joe Lavis. Again, I felt it important that I do this after I leave City Council. Again, we have 49 officers in a city where we probably need 70 police officers. It is a hard job to protect the city, and you can never say thank you enough. And we'll be getting more into that with a special event in March. But I just want to say thank you to those two gentlemen whose days do not end. There's a reason why they say it's on the job. Okay, it's a remarkable calling to be a police officer, and in a city with these kind of challenges, it's very hard. The VFW Christmas party is this Saturday, the 22nd, starts at 7 p.m. and karaoke starts at 8 p.m. So it's going to be a good time, be a lot of potluck food and karaoke. I noticed karaoke host, so I can't imagine anything more fun than coming to a Christmas party at the VFW where you get to see an ex-councilman half drunk singing Sappy Air Supply and Barry Manilow. Gosh, what a great night. Thank you, everyone.
Sean Stansberry. I'm going to be short and sweet tonight. I want to just wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and that goes to all the residents, everybody in our city. Thank all the city workers for all the good work they do, and people that have got to work outside DPS and everybody else. So I want to thank everybody for that. I wanted to thank Mr. Koppler for seeing me last week. I had a little meeting and some questions for him, and he was nice enough to see me, and I appreciate that, so thank you. That was nice. So on recycling, okay, this is my opinion, okay. I have a problem with 1,000 people taking a survey out of 38,000 people in the city and saying they want something just from their opinion. I don't know if they've done any research on it or anything like that, but I just have a problem with that low of people wanting recycling for that. So hopefully, I heard some good comments tonight from the council. I heard some good common sense ideas and stuff. So hopefully, when it comes up, we'll vote the right way. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Hi, Sue Sacheda. I travel Fort Street all the time to get to different downriver cities. And if you guys drop it to 35, I think a lot of us who drive through Lincoln Park are not going to be pleased, because when 75 was shut down and it was 45 the whole way, I didn't notice that Lincoln Park's section of Fort Street was any worse than any other section of Fort Street. I may be wrong, but If you slow it to 35, what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to start passing at 45. It's going to be more dangerous, and I might as well just take Jefferson if I got to go 35, or I'll jump on the freeway, and then I won't be going by any of your stores. So if you really want people from out of town to see your stores, just keep it at 45 and let us go the same speed and hit all the green lights on Fort Street like we are now. The lights are timed. If I have to slow down for 35 to get through Lincoln Park, I might as well be on Jefferson and Biddle. It won't be any better. So bear that in mind. If you want to attract people to your town, don't slow them down. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Clifford Eberts. I just want to, again, accolade what Sean said. Wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, because the next time we'll be convening will be January the 7th. I would urge everyone, because state police and your local police enforcement officers will be out doing their thankless jobs, pulling people over without wearing their seatbelt or drunk driving. Keep your holiday celebrations safe. If you feel you've had too much to drink and it's not safe to drive or it's questionable, definitely get a designated driver or call somebody. We don't need any accidents. Wanted to wish all the council members a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I wanted to throw a couple of quick thank yous. One to the Toledo family in Wyandotte for donating our Christmas tree for the council chambers. Great Lakes Ace Hardware for the lights and some of the decorations and the stockings. And it's just been a great outpouring of support. So I just, want to thank everybody for that. And just everybody have a safe Christmas, a safe New Year, get home safe to your family. And that's all I've got. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Joyce Murray, resident. You guys have a difficult decision, I guess, coming up, recycling or no recycling. I want you to keep in mind that you guys were elected by the voters to voice their opinions. You guys are going to do your research, so you have to weigh that careful balance. So far, people I've talked to, it's 70% for, 30% against. The only thing I would say is maybe think about reopening the survey and putting it back out there again. Maybe we can get more people to voice their opinions. It would be hard to do, I know, in the next 2 weeks before your next meeting, but it is an option. Maybe we can get more than 1,000 people. They'll be home for the holidays. They're not going to have school with the kids. Maybe they'll have time. We'll get more people to try. So it's an option. And I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, because this will be our last meeting for this year. And also to throw something out there, it's going to be coming up here soon. Last year, I participated in the Michigan Law Enforcement Polar Plunge. My team raised over $10,000. I myself was at $1,000. And together with, I think it was like 40-some teams, we raised over $180,000 for the Special Olympics. So that will be happening again on March 2nd of 2019 at the Belle Isle Boathouse. We are looking for more jumpers. If anybody wants to partake, please see me. I will be happy to join you with our team. We would like to be the #1 team. I think last year we were in the top 3 fundraising teams, so we'd like to make it to #1. And it goes for a great cause, like I said, for the Special Olympics. It creates money for them to put that on. That way, everybody feels like they belong somewhere. Nobody is singled out because of an ability or a disability. So please, if you would like to join our team or make a donation, please let me know. Mayor and Council, please have your checkbooks ready as soon as I get that link open. And everybody, enjoy your holidays.
Good luck with that.
Through the chair, Matt, I think you should go volunteer and take a plunge yourself.
Support.
He'll be right behind you.
Can I say one more thing, Mayor? I forgot one thing, a very important thing, if I could. I didn't use all my time, so if you
Well,
could.
it's just,
Okay.
don't make this a habit, but make it
Okay,
quick,
this
please.
is, I forgot to say this, very important. All the gun owners out there, on New Year's Eve, please do not go outside and fire your weapon into the air. those bullets come down and they have killed people. So please, do not do that. Thank you, Mayor.
Seeing no one else approaching the rostrum there, we will move on to oral reports of the mayor and council. Council President Breeding.
Well, as everyone has said, I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I know that all of us have experienced loss, family loss, people we love. Lisa's gone, but I wanted to again express my condolences for the death of her father. Take the time to cherish the ones you love, especially at the holidays. My mother passed away right around Christmas, many years ago. Still just breaks my heart. So the people you love, tell them you love them. Have a nice holiday, a safe holiday. Don't drink and drive. We'll see you next year. Thank you.
Councilman Salcido.
Good evening, everybody. Just a couple things, I'll shorten up my report. On Sunday, December 9th, I visited the Lincoln Park Historical Museum. It was their holiday open house and reception. Also on display now through January 30th is an exhibit called Smokin' Rockets, honoring actor Lynn Buddy Osborne. Lynn was raised in Lincoln Park and graduated from Lincoln Park High School in 1943. He had a co-starring role in the television series Space Patrol. It was before my time, but I did look it up on the internet, saw some episodes. But anyway, stop in at the Lincoln Park Historical Museum on Wednesday and Saturdays from 1 to 6. Check it out. Councilman Kelsey was there also. We had a couple cookies together and some Kool-Aid. Last Friday, I went to the MIT Mixter Institute for Transition. It's the old Mixter school. They have a very nice thrift store with household items, books, toys, knickknacks, plenty of clothing items, and currently a lot of Christmas items, so it's not too late to buy me a gift. Anyway, MIT offers a post-high school program for young adults with autism. The store accepts donations during store hours, which are 9:30 to 2:30, so Monday through Friday. So stop in, check out the store. It's really put together really nice. The kids work really hard, and only a few more days till Christmas. So that's located on 3301 Electric Avenue. Also, last week, I was really busy. I went to the UAW Ford Technical Center, and I met Doug Mertz. He gave me a quick tour of the facility. He was very nice, and being a Ford worker and a Lincoln Parker, he welcomed me with open arms. And I know the council and mayor, I think they were there earlier in the year, but he tells me that it's not totally complete. The building looks beautiful. I'm very proud of it. It's a state-of-the-art facility. And more updates to come on that. I don't want to spoil nothing. So, Merry Christmas to everybody. Thank you, Mayor.
Thanks, sir. And Councilwoman Ross.
Thank you, Your Honor. In case you didn't know, the Goodfellows have a toy box down in the lobby for donations for the kids for Christmas. I'm sure that there's still time. I see the box, so there's still time, right, to donate? Any idea when they're picking that up?
Well, the high school kids are shopping tomorrow, and so they'll still be putting packages together for it. So they can use them up until, including Christmas Day, so.
Awesome, very good. So there's still time to make your donations to the Goodfellows. And just Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and hopefully we'll see you at the penny drop. Thank you.
Councilman Higgins.
Thank you. I too was at the museum. Take the time, go to the museum. It is a true gem of our city. Every time I'm in there, I'm just amazed at the more things that they have there, telling the true history of our city. Take the time, go see it. As our librarian said, I was also at the gingerbread contest they do yearly at the library, and it was amazing that the look in the little kids' eyes as they made their gingerbread houses, and they were so proud walking out, and the other little brother stealing the gingerbread off to eat it. It was great. I'll remind everybody, Fantasyland is still open, and again, in gems of our city. I was over there this weekend with my grandchildren, and it was filled to capacity. But it just absolutely sparkles this year. They added some new stuff, and Fantasyland, take the time, go. Again, wonderful for little kids. A little bit on something else that has come up in the last 2 weeks, and it's a little prideful for myself, but I promised my swim team that I would announce
that they have broken 2 records this year, and both the records were over 30 years old. So thank you to, and congratulations to the boys varsity swim team. And lastly, it was already been mentioned a couple of times, but the New Year's penny drop this year, we've stepped up the game. And the Stevie Ray Vaughan tribute band, I have seen this band play, and they are the predominant band downriver. I have not seen a better band. $30 for an individual, $40 for a couple. And again, we're helping the Historical Museum. It is in desperate need for some money right now. Please come out, have a good time. Doors will open them at 9. The penny will drop at midnight. We will have food. We will have, Larry, there will be pizza there, so I'm expecting you there.
That's pretty.
So I hope to see you all on New Year's, and until then, happy holidays.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Kelsey.
Thank you. Well, you talked to me into me and my wife are gonna go, so there you put 2 down for that. How you go? But you gotta have pizza.
We
Better
will
have
have
pizza
pizza.
there. I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And as so elegantly Donna has said, I unfortunately have gone to a lot of funerals lately myself, and you're right. People that you know or you plan to see, sometimes you don't, and before you know it, you're going to a funeral, and that's not a good feeling. And so if you have somebody that you need to talk to, I would suggest very strongly you talk to them. Send them a card or make a phone call, text, whatever people do these days, but get a hold of somebody and at least say hi to them, especially around the holidays. You know, it's always nice. And myself and, like I say, Carlos were sharing some cookies and some Kool-Aid, and I also wandered around, and a lady showed me the basement. Never been down in the basement all the years I was there. I didn't even know they had a basement. I went downstairs, I seen the mayor, and they were making cards at the old printing press, so I got some. So I guess what I'm saying, you always find something new. As long as I've been over there, I didn't know the basement. Now I know, so. But anyways, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to the council included, and I hope you all have a nice one. Thank you. Yes, Hoover School, I seen on Facebook, got the radio thing that they had for the Mojo, I think, what it was? Yeah, so they were very lucky, they won the prize, and they were over there and celebrating with the kids, so it was very nice. The Hoover School did and they got some money out of it, which is even better. So congratulations to the kids and the teachers and everybody involved in that, and it was nice to see that. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Parkinson.
Good evening. Also, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. Everybody have a safe one. I'm going to echo Mr. Salisbury. Do not shoot your weapons outside this year, please, because somebody's going to get killed or severely injured. As far as the court facility, Quad Park is a definite no for me, but I think you should add Fort Emmons onto that. So we're serious at Fort Emmons or the Outer Drive. But I think the Outer Drive is not central enough for Lincoln Park. I think Fort Emmons or Sears would be the best central area of Lincoln Park. Okay, Matt, I see the library's putting up LED lights. How are you doing in the LED light area here?
Well, we're going to, since our project's going to be a lot bigger, includes other improvements related to the heating, HVAC stuff, we're going to need to have a bid package put together. So you're going to be seeing at the next meeting, actually, authorization for our engineering firm to do that for us, to scope out the project and put the bid together.
Are we going to be in time to have the air conditioning for the summertime, or are we going to shut City Hall down?
Well, there's 2 aspects to that, not only the lights, but also the air conditioning. It makes sense for the air conditioning to be done before we get to the heating season. So again, we have to figure out what the cost is. It has to be bid, and, all along the way, you guys have to approve those expenditures. So
Well,
at this point, we would be able to do everything necessary, so we're not, changing out the air conditioning in July and the heat in winter.
If you're telling me that you're going to put it on the budget next year, well, borrow the money to put the air in this year and put in a budget to pay it back next budget. Simple enough, get it done. Then the heat and stuff, we can go during the summer.
Well, again, I'm putting together the way to do it so you all can approve it, because mayor and council have to approve it.
I'll be there to see you take a swim. That's all for tonight. Thank you very much.
I'll pay for that.
All right, I mentioned, didn't know what the hours for Fantasyland on Christmas Eve were. It's Monday, it's going to be 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And with anything that is put together, it also needs to be taken down. So if you find time to volunteer, I think the week after Christmas, and Christmas isn't here yet, and we're already talking about it being over, but they do need assistance, just like to offload it and get everything in position to welcome in Christmas. It has to be put away properly in order for it to be put up again next year. So anyone that could assist, it'd be a good family project and a good neighborhood project too. So with that, and then lastly, we are fortunate in the city of Lincoln Park. As been mentioned earlier, we have some great workers for us, and as a whole, we appreciate them and are thankful for the past year and also for our residents. And we wish each of you a Merry Christmas for you and your families, and a joyous New Year. We'll see you all again in 2019, and we will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Support.
All right, clerk, call the roll.
Councilperson Salcido?
Yes.
Parkinson?
Yes.
Breeding?
Yes.
Higgins?
Yes.
Kelsey?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
And Mayor Carnes.
Oh, look at Higgins. Take a picture.
Nice.